Even though I'm the only real person in the world, and therefore I created you in my imagination.
Children, your empty souls and flying fingers are very impressive, and I can tell you now.
Flew in last night from Savannah, Georgia, to do this off for y'all. And I want to make sure we get everybody checked in. Once we get everybody checked in, players are going to go to the third base dugout, and then I'll be back up here to have a discussion with the parents, just so you have an idea of exactly what's going to happen today. Okay? So, I guess the best way to do this is didn't really give me any indication, but we're about interaction and making sure that you have a good time and you get something out of this. Okay? All right? You will be catchers and pitchers, infielders, outfielders. You'll be showcased. You'll run 60s. We'll time you on that. You'll run home to first. You'll hit. You'll do everything that you normally do. I got 11:30 because I just came from Savannah, Georgia last night, so I'm on East Coast time. But what I will say is I am here because this is my passion. Okay, I was pitching coach at Savannah State for 3 years. I also coached the wide receivers and returners for 2 years, and I just had like contract things, right? Like, we don't have enough in our budget to continue to pay you at this amount. Well, I don't have enough in my who I am to give you everything I got for this amount, right? So you got to do what you got to do in life, right? And so what I have done is I have hooked up with Exact Sports. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I kind of fly all over the country and lead these things. As you might have heard me say to the young men, this is about interaction just as much as it is about showcasing your talents, because we want these young men to be able to stand in front of y'all like I am right now, maybe a future coach or a future employer, and be able to speak and assert themselves in a way that is going to be beneficial to them. That's what the kids are doing right now with their individual coaches. Each coach, I believe, has 6 campers, 6 athletes, and they're going kind of through that right now with them. We have a little pamphlet, it's called like the elevator pitch and all this other stuff. They're going to talk and speak about who they are. Like I said, I'm Paul Grubesic. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. I had 3 years again as the pitching coach at Savannah State. I have a 25-year-old son who is going to Australia in 2 months to play in the Australian baseball. I have a daughter who graduated from Savannah State as a volleyball player, and right now she is the graduate assistant coach at Valdosta State in Georgia, and she's doing her graduate school. So I know what it means for y'all to be here today, to go through what you're going through, and to really, try to make it right for these young men, right? But inevitably, it's on these young men to do the right thing and to and to show who they are, not only as a ball player, but as a person. Because at Savannah State, sure, there's a lot of good athletes, but we don't have the money, right? So we have to have a good student, right? We have to have a student that's going to be able to get some state monies. We have to have a student that, can interact with others in a good way, because Savannah State's an HBCU. So that doesn't mean we were 100% African American athletes. We had some white kids, we had some Hispanic kids, and that was kind of a cool thing to see all those kids working together. Because that's what life's all about, right? That's what the world is. It's everybody. And I think once we start understanding that, as a people, we can really have a better time out here. All right? But I'm not going to get into any of that. I want to get into what we got going today. All right, obviously we're having a discussion about what's going to happen moving forward. So they're doing this right now. Then they're going to go into a stretch and a warm-up. Then they'll break down by position, and they'll be running through drills that these coaches do at their colleges or their universities. And that's the cool thing, that when I was in their spot, is fun to do, because you can implement stuff that you do at your school that maybe they don't do at this school or at another school. So these young men are getting a good idea of what's kind of going at the university level and what is expected in regards to practicing and competing at the college level. After that, we'll go into kind of the showcase part of it. We'll work our catchers, then we'll work our infielders, our outfielders, and then we're going to break for lunch. Okay, you have an hour. By the schedule that we're trying to run, it says about like noon to 1. We'll see how that goes. We'll see where we're at. Bottom line is when we break for lunch, I'm going to give you about an hour and 15 minutes. So let's say we break at noon. I'm going to say the players got to be back and ready to go at 1:15. Okay, so that gives you that hour and then maybe 15 minutes for the athletes to get themselves back going. When we get back, then pitchers will do their bullpens. We're going to do them in the visiting bullpen out in the back. At that time, the position players will run their 60s. They'll run their home to first. They'll run the second to home. We'll get times on all that. Then after that will be the hitting portion of it. You'll have 3 groups. You'll have a hitting group, you'll have a shag group, and then you'll have a group in the bullpen down the right field line that will be getting their exit velocity. Okay. All the metrics that we get in regards to velocities, in regards to times and all that, we're going to record. On my flight home tonight, I will enter it all into the database. That'll give me something to do on my 5-hour red eye. And I told the coaches they don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of that, because with all respect, they're going to be writing this stuff down. I can do the implement. Okay, after that, we'll have a discussion where all the coaches will stand kind of where I'm at right now, introduce themselves, and give you an idea of what they look for in an athlete, how their recruiting process goes. And then after they all speak, then we're going to open it up to questions and answers. What's your question? Maybe you have a question about recruiting or about their school or about whatever. Throw it at us. We've been doing this a long time. So we're going to give you the best answers we possibly can. Then they're going to go back to the coaches like they are right now, kind of get a last evaluation, and then we're going to be free to go. Okay? It says we're going to go to about 4:30. We're going to use up as much time as we possibly can. All right, but the bottom line is us making sure that we get all the numbers we got to implement, so that you all get the video we need, and to make sure that the young men enjoyed their time and got something out of it. That's what this is all about. Okay? If you got any questions, I don't care if it's in the middle of it and you just be like Coach G, and I'm here for you. Okay? I have to roam and make sure we're on time, and I got to do all the video, and it's not like I'm going to be standing around, but if there's something that's important to you that you might see, let me know. Okay? That's how we get better in anything we do, is by collaboration. And if you can tell me something that you see that maybe would work moving forward, then we're going to do that. Or at least we're going to bring it to the attention of Exact Sports to make sure it's good for the next group that comes by. Is that good with everybody? All right, listen, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm sure you heard me tell the kids to make sure they let you know that they appreciate you for bringing you here. But the bottom line is, I hope you enjoy your day. and we're going to have a really good day out here at the University of San Francisco. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. slow.
577.
It's really a bad spot. Oh, he got oh, he backs out. He's stretching, I think.
Collision right there. Jabril Peppers from the safety spot. We're going to see Jabril Peppers.
Is that Jamar Jennings?
Huh?
What's his name?
Jawan Jennings.
John Jennings is the best receiver we got, Carlos.
Talk about the power of explosives. It can kind of mask some of the other areas. A nice job.
ball? Where you going?
Such big business. It just makes no sense doing business on a
All right, round two now, right? Heads up. Okay.
Keenum's going to finish the drive.
You got it. Yeah. Okay. You thought my favorite backups in real life, but at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Is it me or is work not working? Please. October baseball. Yeah. It's different. The NLDS begins on by Wingstop. Wingstop, bring the flavor.
Fun, and that long return that set up the game-winning field goal here. There. Patrick Taylor as well. A couple new guys back there after Garendo fumbles. And it's a 10-point game.
They need to pay those guys more money if they have to do everything.
With a 63-yard field goal to finish off the first half, shows off that leg again here. Moving it out of the back of the end zone. Good touchdown, Fred Warren. A fumble near there. Kind of rolls up on it. So, man, they are winners out today as well.
All right, Debo, line up against number 31 and just run. And that ball came out of his hand fast, on time, and perfectly in stride.
49ers are 0-4 the last couple seasons without Debo Samuel. Back in the lineup this week, a week earlier than they initially thought they were going to have him, and making a big impact.
Help. That's why he lined on the outside shoulder. There was just nobody in there.
Longest play of the day for the 49ers. Now Purdy, sidearm zone to Mason. Jordan Mason sets up first and goal. Flags flying.
Yeah, they're gonna get past it.
Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down.
This game, but this is the time where I'm gonna let the coaches of each university talk and let them tell you about their university and how they recruit. Okay, how you do things out here in California is going to be way different than how we do it out in Georgia. So for me to speak it on that behalf, I can't. All right, I know where I need to step back, and this is where I need to step back because these are your go-tos in this area. Okay, what I will say is two things. What you can control is getting a diploma and graduating. You can't control playing time. You can't control, what do I want to say? I guess the bottom line is that if you go to class and you get your diploma, that's why you go to college. Okay? I would love to say that there's a MLB athlete here today. I don't know if there is one right now. I think you're all too young in the game to make that decision. But odds are going to say there probably isn't. And that's not a knock on anybody here. That's just reality of life. But what is reality is you can get yourself a college degree by playing the game of baseball. So that's got to be number one. And when I look at the roster here, I have a GPA of all the kids, and this is one hell of a roster in regards to the GPA. So you should all be very happy about the work you're putting in. Okay? The second thing is that when you do go to look at a school, make sure you ask questions that are going to be conducive to you. Right? Hey, coach, if my car breaks down at 2 in the morning, can I rely on you to come and get me? Do you think that's a question a coach has gotten? Maybe, maybe not. But vet the coach, because the coach is vetting the athlete, and you're going to go somewhere hopefully for 4 years, and those 4 years are important to you. So make sure it's the right place. All right? There could be 3 of these schools could be all, I want you to come here. I want to offer you a scholarship. I want to offer you a roster spot. But what does that mean? Go to the school. Is it comfortable for you? Just because we want you doesn't mean you want us. It's your life. Make the right decision. Okay? It's very important. I don't think that's been out there enough, because I think people get excited that they get an offer and they just go somewhere, and then maybe a year or 2 years down the line they hate it. Right? Do your due diligence to make sure that it's a good fit for y'all. Okay? We're just going to start with the coaches, going from right to left, and they're going to tell you about their university. I want to thank you all again for being here. It was a pleasure coming from Georgia. I really love this part of the country. I will be back. There's no doubt about it. Okay, Coach?
Logan Mercado. I'm the assistant coach over at Menlo College, about 20 to 30 miles south of here in Atherton. We're a newly Division II school. We're in the Pac West Conference, and we're a small private school, mainly a business school. We just added a psych major. We also added a master's program, a graduate program as well, but mainly business-focused school. So if a kid has business school intentions in mind, we're a great place for that. Yeah, and as I said, small institution. What I kind of look for in a recruit, I always ask the question, could they play for me right now? That's kind of what a lot of us look for in recruits as well. So the physicals, obviously, but just in terms of the recruiting aspect, are they good in the classroom? Obviously, it's always less of a headache if they're great in the classroom. We don't have to babysit them. That's always a plus. How do they treat their teammates? How do they treat their parents? How do they treat people off the field? At the end of the day, all we want is good kids and kids that won't destroy the culture that us as coaches are trying to build up the culture and actually want to add to that. So that's kind of what I look for personally.
Hi everyone, my name is John Garvey. I am the assistant coach here at University of San Francisco. So a little bit about our school. We are Division I West Coast Conference. In terms of the school itself, so you guys are currently on the lower campus. Over there we have Lone Mountain. One of our biggest majors here is nursing. So the school itself, extremely high academic, and we expect that out of our players as well. posted on every single door in the athletic office is each team's GPA, right? If that falls below a certain level, there are repercussions for both the program itself and the players, right? For the program ourselves, the way we go about things is we have 2 mantras. First one, want to know. Everything that we do in our day, on the field and off the field, we're going to compete to the best of our ability and try to win at that, right? So that's what we mean by want to know, right? You see it on our logo down the dugout. It's going to be, we're going to put it on our jerseys this year. It's the foundation of our program. The second mantra is ACT. It stands for Attitude, Compete, Teammate. We got to bring the best of each through in everything that we do on and off the field. We got to bring the best attitude that you can every single day. You got to bring the best compete. You got to compete. The second you step onto this campus, you compete for a spot as a player. So you got to be willing to compete and put everything on the line. And the last piece, teammate. You got to be the best teammate out there. Right? We don't focus necessarily on just recruiting the player, but we also recruit the person. Right? We want to bring in the best people possible. Right? So every single day, we write it on our practice plans. ACT, attitude, compete, teammate.
Hi everybody, Coach Jason Butch. I'm the pitching coach at Santa Barbara City College. We are a junior college with arguably the nicest campus, certainly junior college that I've ever seen. I'm very lucky to go there and get to see the view of the ocean, beautiful mountains and everything like that. I'm in a very fortunate position to live in a beautiful area and coach some really talented players. In terms of the things that I kind of look for from a recruit, if we're looking at like the numbers, it would be, low to mid 80s, but more importantly, having projectability. It's where if they're going to add on, 20, whatever kind of number we put it at, pounds of muscle and athleticism, then they'd be able to contribute really well, and eventually we move them on to a really a good school afterwards. If any of you players go and look at our website or anything, you'll see a lot of our transfers that leave our program, go to some really sweet programs to play professional ball, everything like that. In terms of the classroom, we kind of have a strictish, softish line of about a 3.0 GPA. We are a very good academic school. We take a lot of pride in that, and so we want to bring in players and students that have that same belief system as well. I can't exactly speak on what we're looking for from hitters because I'm a pitching coach, obviously. My background is in pitching, but again, it's also going to be that projectability, physicality, and hustling and playing the right way. Lefty pitchers, you all are lucky. You all are different. We look at much different things for left-handed pitchers. We look for pitchability and funkiness at the end of the day. We've had some guys that have come in, we're thinking numbers low 70s, mid 70s, and then just like a guy we had the past couple of years, Jake Pilar, he ends up being the conference pitcher of the year, one of the best in the country, best in the state, and moves on to a really great school at USC. So lefties, all my lefties out there, you guys are lucky. You're all different, so congratulations.
How's it going? My name's Trey Newman. I'm at Cal Berkeley. As far as the recruiting aspect for us, one of the things that we really utilize right now is our prospect camps. Just with the new rules of not being able to talk to recruits until their junior year, this is a great opportunity for us to get eyes on guys that are, especially you freshmen and sophomores. That's how we're really utilizing our prospect camps right now, is to get eyes on kids, especially from anywhere in the Northern California area. And the guys that we like at camps that we've been getting are guys that hustle, okay, guys that put their hair on fire, right? Like we don't want the Joe Cool guy, right? That's cool, to show up and slide or to run a hard 90, right? Like we want the guy that's going to play hard if we're up 10, down 10, right? Like we're trying to build that in our culture right now. Is these guys that will run through a wall over and over and over again. So that's kind of what we're looking for right now. Berkeley's high academic. We do look for kids that have at least around a 3.0 to get into school. It just makes it a lot easier. We can get you in less than that, but if you have that 3.0, it makes it a lot easier to get into school. You can start finding some academic money, which really helps the
Sebastiani. I'm an assistant coach at Sonoma State University in Rohnert Park, about an hour across the Golden Gate Bridge. This is my first year with Sonoma State. We actually have a completely new coaching staff that's just recently took over. So we're kind of got the ball. We're a little bit behind schedule, I guess you could say. So we're really just trying to push the pavement now, get out there, show that we're going to be serious as a coaching staff. We're trying to build up our program to what it used to be back in the day. It used to be a powerhouse, and we have high aspirations to get there. I could talk about metrics and pitching velocity and all that stuff. We have certain things in our program that we look for on the offensive side of things, on the mound, running your 60 time, running the bases. But what we really pride ourselves in is toughness, and that's not going on to get into a fight, being tough, macho man like that, but how you handle failure, how you deal with adversity in the game, because the game's gonna punch you in the face every once in a while, right? It's not always gonna go your way. So that's really one thing we try and preach in our practices, preach when we're out recruiting, what we're looking for, how they handle if they go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, how they're gonna be a teammate, or how they are as a teammate with their teammates, how they respond to coaching. So all of that stuff kind of plays a part in what we're looking for. But yeah.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Kyle Rachels, assistant coach, Cal State University Stanislaus. We're a Division II school in Turlock, California. Playing the CCAA. This is my first year coaching. I'm a grad assistant. I played at Stan, so I'm fresh through playing college ball. I was in all your guys' shoes, doing the showcases, things like that. The big thing we look for, and from experience, in our dugout, our motto is play with shocking effort. Every player, before every practice, before every game, has to touch that sign, and that's something we look for. Play with shocking effort. What are you going to do that sets yourself apart from the other guy, right? And also, how do you deal with adversity? You know, baseball's a game of failure. You know, you're successful if you're like 3 for 10 at the plate, right? How are you going to deal with adversity and when you strike out and make an error, right? It's always about the next play, showing effort, doing the little things right. That's what we do.
So I'm sure there's questions out there.